Marlin? You?
Marlin operated that contraption, trying to scare everyone away once and for all. But Shaggy and Scooby spoiled his plans.
So the monster never was real?
No, just a more sophisticated version of the puppets in your magic act, when you and Marlin were kids.
The blimp carried the griffin beneath it to make it look like it was flying.
But how did he disguise the blimp?
Remember how every time the griffin appeared, it was foggy? The blimp generated its own concealing fog bank. I noticed some of the bottles in Marlin's workshop were marked glycerol, a chemical used by professional illusionists in fog machines.
I used the fog to hide the blimp, then worked the griffin through this handheld animatronic control.
But what about when the griffin attacked us in the tower? It couldn't have been the same puppet.
It wasn't. After Whirlin bought the castle, I started renovating the griffin's roost. I discovered Lord O'Flannery had rigged parts of the tower with devices of his own to make superstitious people think a monster lived there. When trespassers entered the tower, they would be driven away by the attacking griffin. I kept the secret to myself and outfitted the worn-out machinery with state-of-the-art equipment.
Okay, but who was the Banshee?
Another puppet, right?
Partially. Marlin had several rigged to appear in various places, even in the lake, to make it look like she was chasing us.
She wasn't a puppet every time.
Yes, I realized that when we saw the device in the tower. It was really a projector Marlin uses for his volumetric displays. One of many. Anyone entering the tower would have set off an invisible electric eye, activating the ghost. Marlin's technology was a lot more sophisticated than he was letting on.
Marlin, why did you do this?
Because all my life I've been jealous of you. While I did all the work, you got all the applause. I finally decided I wanted to create my own magic act. With my puppets and projections, I could become a magic sensation.
Why didn't you?
Because I needed money to start the act, and the only way I could get it is if you agreed to sell the castle, which I knew you wouldn't do unless you were forced to. I didn't mean to hurt anyone, honest. All I wanted to do was scare people away. I tried to make amends. After the automated griffin wrecked the bridge, I flew back in the blimp to bring you down. But these two fearless souls attacked me before I could explain.
Hey, how did the griffin crash anyway?
Here's your answer.
The magic staff?
Like, I guess it really did control the monster after all.
Oh, I'm so ashamed.
Who would have thought that miserable Marlin would be behind this?
You would. You knew all along.
Of course. Amos was the only one who was never afraid to be out at night. He must have known the griffin was a fake. Amos probably followed Marlin to the griffin's roost while he was rebuilding it.
I saw him going in there day and night with loads of strange-looking crates, so I got nosy and peeked.
Yes, and my guess is he told you, Mr. Curdles. That's why you weren't worried about the griffin. You could even use it to get a cheap price on the castle.
Wow, these girlies are smart.